What's up, everybody? I'm at Angel's Rest in beautiful Oregon, where I live. And this is up in the Columbia River Gorge. And I'm going to do well, the goal is to go up to the summit, come back down, and to go up again and come back down. So I'll take you with me on one up and down. And I'll try not to break the video up too much so you can have the full experience. Here's some of the places they post bear sightings and cougar sightings, and you can park over there. And I actually don't know the name of this road, but I'll post a link to the Google Maps and any other links I think that might be helpful. And then right up there is another parking area, but if you can park right here, I recommend that, because that up there, I've heard of break-ins around here, so that's kind of like secluded. This one down here is a little more public, and the trailhead is right there. And if you do park up there, there's a trailhead that comes across and meets this one. I'll probably hike most of this on the way up, because it is pretty steep and not much relief. And then on the way down, I'll try to run as much as I can. I'm still pretty sore from Zion 100 miler that I did on Saturday/Sunday. Here's the trail that goes over and meets that other parking lot. Looks like there's some notes here to read. It irritates me, people messing up stuff with graffiti. Guess I could start my watch. I just realized that I only have one battery, and I don't know if one battery will get us all the way to the top and back down. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, my legs are definitely feeling it. I probably shouldn't be doing anything at all. It is hard to just sit at the house, especially when you got places like this in your backyard. I think this is about 2 miles from the parking lot to the summit, and around 1,500 feet of vertical. I'll try to remember to check it when we get to the top. It's a little sketchy here. Hello. How are y'all?
Good, you?
Oh, awesome.
Doing good. Hey. I don't recommend doing this when it's wet. If you slip here, it'll be a bad day. Ain't at the summit. You'll see what I'm saying when we get to the summit. There's some places at the summit are very unsafe. But don't let a little danger discourage you. All right, let's run some uphill. Oh. I was worried that my heart rate would be through the roof, you know, from doing that 100 miler not even a week ago, and already out here, you know, I figured it'd be just sky high, but it's not doing too bad. On this vertical, I'm hitting about 134, and that's with a heart rate strap. I don't trust the watch. So right here, you can go two ways. You can go straight, or you can go this way. And we're gonna go this way. But it just loops around and comes right around to this trail. It's funny they don't have any signs saying you can go this way. Oh, I gotta pee already. Goodness. I guess that's good. I'm hydrated. Run. Now I have seen one bear up here, and he was coming through the brush towards me, and I just yelled at him, you know, hey bear. And as soon as I yelled at him, he bolted. He took off fast away from me, thankfully. Praise the Lord for that. Yeah, you gotta be careful up here. I mean, these cliffs are pretty steep. Actually, this one's like straight down. Don't want to make a mistake up here. I'm gonna have to take a pit stop right here and pee. He didn't think I was gonna let you watch it. Here, you look that way. You keep a lookout. All right, I'm all done. We still got snow on the higher peaks. And if you go on up in the gorge, there's a lot of snow. I'd say those peaks are probably about 4,500, 5,000 feet above sea level. And the start of the trailhead at Angel's Rest is really close to sea level. This just goes over to the kind of that lookout for a waterfall, a small waterfall up there. But this is not a trail that goes anywhere. So we just came from that way. We're gonna go this way. And oh, so let me back up. We just came from around that way. If we went straight down there, we'd just come up this way. So this is where the two meet. I am carrying bear spray with me, just in case. Not for just bears, but I have been attacked by people's dogs. Nothing that required me to go to the hospital, and nor file a lawsuit or anything. But I carry the bear spray. I got it on my side right now. Hopefully you can see that. But I carry it, usually carry it up in my vest pocket. But it depends on where I'm at, what I'm doing. But today I wanted to try it on this waist belt. But I carry it for not only dogs and bears, but cougars, or people. You know, you just never know. And I'd like to think we live in a good world, and the odds of something happening are really low. But I would rather have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, right? That's so beautiful. It'd be hard for me to leave Oregon. This whole state is just really diversified. You can be in the rainforest where we're at. You can be in 45 minutes from here, maybe. You can be in the alpine snow-covered mountains. An hour and a half, you can be in the high desert. Got rolling plains. Well, you name it, this state has it. A half a mile in. So 380 feet of vertical in a half a mile. Whew. There's a section on the Zion 100 race that I think I heard somebody call it Mondo Z, the Mondo Z Hill or something. That was the steepest. That was the steepest descent that I have ever done in my life, and it was forever long. And then at mile 70, 74 or something, we had to climb it. It was a beast. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. I love seeing people out here on the trails. Not only does it give you a little bit of peace of mind, but it's just good to see people out. I mean, this is a Thursday morning in April, and you see how many cars were in the parking lot. If you come on a weekend, you better come early. I mean, like 6 a.m. early. You will not get a parking spot. And they frown about you parking on the side of the road. They started posting signs or putting up like little barricades along the side of the road because it's gotten so bad. Oh, that's what battery I got. 80%. I think I started off with 98%. Now, hopefully at least I can get going up recorded. And then what I might do is come back down, get the other battery out of the truck, and then go back up and then record the downhill section in. You wouldn't know, would you? Unless I told you. Just don't tell anybody else. Now that you know what I'm gonna do. Run. I wouldn't really call this a run. More trot. If there's an FKT on this. Might look that up. Just out of interest. Not because I have any plans on going after an FKT for anywhere really. I'm far from that status or that ability. You know, I was so worried about that 100-mile race. I signed up for it on Christmas Day, and I just worried myself the whole time. I mean, I trained like a champ, but just finishing it was, I thought it was impossible. And when I crossed that finish line, I was just amazed how good I felt. Praise God. I felt like I could have went another 50 miles. So I guess I didn't push quite hard enough. Well, or not. Oh. Sorry you have to hear all my whining, my moans, my aches and my pains. 634 feet of vertical, 0.9 miles. I got another race coming up in a few weeks, Mary's Peak 50 miler, and that's got, I think, 6,600 feet of vertical. I might be visiting this mountain here quite often before that. Whew. It'd be nice to be in shape, be able to run this whole mountain all the way up without hiking. Morning.
Morning.
I did get one blister in Zion, and it didn't get that bad. Thankfully, my wife was taking care of my feet. Every time she would meet me, she'd pull my socks off and clean the sand and dust off my feet. And then it started off as a hot spot, which I had it in training. So I knew it was kind of inevitable, and as soon as I started to feel it in the race, she took care of it. So it didn't turn into anything until really right at the end. It looked more like a bruise. I mean, like a cross between a bruise and a blister. About the size of probably a dime. Right on the side, where my foot meets my big toe. I'm not gonna pull my shoe off and show you. It's too much work. But now it's just kind of like a little bit like a dried bruise. I don't know if that's the right term, but beautiful views. Oh, thank you.
Have a good day.
Y'all too. Thanks. I was running up here one time. It's been about a year ago. I ran past some girls on the uphill. Well, it's all uphill, pretty much. And one of them yelled out, "What are you trying to prove?" And I didn't have a good comeback. I just kind of ignored it. I don't remember saying anything at all. When we lived in Apache Junction, I kind of had the same thing happen. I was running around a little mountain called Silly Mountain, and there was this two men hiking together and two women way ahead hiking together. And so I assumed well, what they said later on proved to what I assumed. I had run around that loop on that mountain numerous times and passed them each time. And finally, one of the men stopped me. He says, "Can you please go run somewhere else? You're making us look bad in front of our wives." I thought that was hilarious. It's kind of like, well, if that's how you feel, start running and build that endurance up. I think everybody should be able to run a mile, really a mile, a couple miles, quickly. I mean, it could be, you never know, it could be life or death, and you need to be able to run. You can't just assume that you'll be able to pull it out of your hind end one day when you need it, you know? How much battery we got left? Well, 68%. Tell you what, the GoPro really eats up the battery. I compare the recording time to my iPhone. I know it's not like a fair comparison, but it'd just be cool to know, does the iPhone get more recording time than the GoPro? I got the GoPro set on 1080, I think 60 frames a second. I have really fooled with the settings. I don't know really what I'm doing. I need to watch a few videos, kind of get a little better at it. But time is limited. You can see the summits right there. Still got a ways to go. Well, I guess not that far. Probably 3/4 of a mile to go. So 1.38 in, and right 1,000 feet of vertical. I still have to do the Zion video. I haven't had time yet to edit that, bring it all together. So there's not gonna be a whole lot because I was trying to do somewhat decent in the race. And I started off with the GoPro and I just spent so much time messing around with it. I was like, I gotta pass this off to my wife when I see her at the aid station because I'm losing time messing with this thing. I know there's a balance between getting video and racing and whatever, but so I passed it off to her and just said, hey, I'll use my iPhone. And that proved just to be just as bad. But it's tough to be in some of these really awesome places like Zion National Park or somewhere else and racing and not, you know, and not getting any photos or not getting any video. I mean, maybe if you're going for maybe top 5, top 10, then you probably just leave that stuff in the car or with your crew members. If the race is that long to have crew members. Even with all my messing around, I got 45th place out of 260, so I was pretty happy about that. The dropout rate was nearly 50%, so that goes to show that race was pretty tough. But then again, there's no prerequisite race or anything for that race. I think there should be. I think every 100 mile should have something. You know, like you've had to done at least one ultra in the 6 months or whatever. Yeah, probably 6 months leading up to that to prove some level of fitness. Because that was not by any means an easy race. And it wasn't that there was too much vertical. I mean, there was only like 10 or 11,000 feet. My watch showed 11,000 feet of vertical. But the course is highly technical in a lot of places. Places that are extremely dangerous, you know, fall to your death places. And then the day we raced, Saturday, which was April 10th, was muy hot, very, very hot. And there was just people puking at aid stations, like just everywhere. And every aid station I come into, I could hear people drop, you know, hear about people dropping. The volunteers saying, hey, we need a ride for, you know, several people, bib numbers, whatever. So when you got 50%, almost 50% fail rate, or DNF rate, I guess I shouldn't use the word fail, But I mean, it is what it is, right? Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Oh, praise the Lord for that save. I almost went down. But the only thing that got hurt was my pride. Fortunately, I didn't drop the GoPro either. Oh. I had a good trip like that at Zion. If it wasn't a hallucination. But I didn't fall. I did see one guy with a bloody arm, like down from his elbow down to his wrist on the back side, on the underside. And speaking of hallucinations, there was one time, it was probably about 5 a.m. and I was alone on this last loop. It had these like lollipops you have to run. And it was on one of the messes. And I think it was, yeah, I don't remember the name of that mess. Anywho, I would have sworn I heard somebody yell at me. And I stopped and looked around, and I didn't see anybody or any headlamps. It was kind of creepy. And I kept on running. I didn't hear it again. I never did see anybody. Oh, how about that view? I hate when you trip like that. Oh, praise the Lord again for not going all the way down, but it just scares the crap out of me. It like knocks the breath out of me. It's just insane. It's like it jolts your whole body. Shock. Oh, I love this. I love this part. There was a lot of this at Zion. A lot of sections were highly unrunnable. Hey, little fella, you looking for some treats? Huh? I think we got to go up this way. I've done this like 4 or 5 times. My daughter did it one time also. She didn't think she could do it, but she made it. Well, there was 2 times. You know what? I think I screwed up. I think right there's the trail. It's got vertical on mine. I just want to climb. There's some bonus vert. Anyway, she attempted 2 other times. One time we ran out of daylight. We didn't have headlamps, so we turned around. And then another time the weather turned on us, started lightning and stuff. So I called that one. And then 3rd time's a charm. Ooh. She made it all the way up. And it was tough. I mean, she was really hurting. But I just told her, I was like, hey, remember that time we were in Arizona and you climbed Mount Eldon and you didn't think you could do it, and I pushed you through and you accomplished it. She was like, yeah, I can do this. She did it. Yep, see, I was wrong. I just wanted to climb. I'm supposed to stay on the low side. All right, good deal. I gotta blow some snot rockets. Ah, sorry about that. I'm good. That dry air down in Utah it tore me up. My nose, during the race I didn't have any nosebleeds. I know some people did have nosebleeds, but I didn't have any nosebleeds. But so I finished Sunday morning. Sunday evening, I couldn't hardly breathe, and then I started like blowing all this bloody snot out, and then it moved to like dried bloody snot, like crusty. You know, I guess I'm being a little too descriptive, but too much information. But even today, which is Thursday, still blowing that nasty bloody crap out. It's just now getting where it's clearing up. 55% battery. I'd actually have enough battery to get to the summit and back down. Because coming back down, I should be able to move pretty quickly. Whew. My heart rate is 138. It probably shot up to 238 when I tripped back there. Tell you what, God is good to me. Give me this ability. Not disability. This ability. To be able to move. I think anybody that's able should get out and move. Go get up. Go and do something epic. There you go. 2 miles. Let's see what the vertical is. 1456 is the vertical. Sweet. Almost to the summit, I think. Yep. So now you can, I've never been this way. You can go out that way. That goes somewhere else. Miles and miles away, I guess, out into that wilderness. But anyway, to the summit of the Angel's Rest is this way. That's maybe not a good sign. Anyway, let me show you this. Here's what I'm talking about. You gotta be careful up here. Definitely not a place for kids. Like little ones. tough to do holding the GoPro. Yeah, this is a bad spot here. Bad, bad, dangerous, dangerous. Don't slip and fall. Hello.
Beautiful view.
Oh, it is beautiful. It's magnificent up here. Oh. God's creation is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Good stuff in windy. Oh, you don't want to look at me. Look at this. So we got 2.16 miles and let me see, 1,506 feet of vertical. Not too bad, not too bad. And I don't know how long it took me. 45 minutes. So, definitely think it could probably be done a whole lot quicker. Might try for a little faster next time. But we got to head back down before my battery goes out. I think I got about 50%, so plenty to get us back down. All right, let's go back down. I guess those jackets were those people we seen up at the top there. That's good. Hoping somebody didn't strip down naked and just jump over the edge. There's no water down there. I know there is, but it's far away. Oh. Ugh. Well, again. So you're moving along pretty quick to catch up to us. She picked up her dog and figured she could move quicker. She better hold on to that little guy up there. It's not a place to play ball. Catch. And this is like a man's not to trip. I normally don't trip. I'm usually pretty good on my feet. Even racing, even running quickly, I usually don't get my feet hung up, caught on anything. They recommended, I'll say they recommend, I don't know who that is. They recommended or recommend that you take off one day for every 10 miles that you race. I just don't see how I could do that. Now when they say take off, I don't know exactly what that means. I think it just means no running. I don't think I could do it. I mean, unless I was bed fast, it'd be different. But my legs are still working. I know you gotta take care of your heart. I guess it depends on the level of exertion in the race also. So if you're going for a win, pushing really hard, then yeah, you should probably be taking off some time. I don't, at what level of exertion does that become a factor or become an issue? So like at Zion, I had a 28-hour finish. It was a little over 28 hours, and maybe I should say it was just under 29, because I think it was like 28:43. My average heart rate was 137. Now during the heat of the day, my heart rate was up in like 160, upper 150s, low 160s. And it is so dry there, I just like, it just zapped me. It's like sucking the life out of me. But they claim there's things that need to heal that after big endurance events. There's things that need to heal that you don't perceive necessarily, like the soreness in your legs. You feel that, but maybe your cardiovascular system, maybe there's something in there that needs to heal that you don't necessarily feel it. I don't know. And one thing I don't think it was a good idea for me to have signed up for Mary's Peak 50 miler 4 weeks after doing a 100 miler. Should I drop it? Should I drop back? And should I drop it completely? Should I drop back to 50K? I don't know. As of right now, I'm still in it for the 50 miler. Okay, if I go around. Thank you. I had to be kind of loud because she had headphones on. No tripping. No tripping. I don't know why I thought of this just now, but at Zion they had these composting toilets. There was a regular porta potty, but they had made a box, like a, what do they call it, board? It was kind of like paneling or thin plywood. They created this box, set it in there, and in this box it had a hole cut in the top, and it had toilet seat mounted to that over the hole, and then they had like this pooper scooper with looked like sawdust sitting beside the toilet seat. That was straight up disgusting. I mean, when you gotta go, and who cares, right? But oh, that was a mess. It was just disgusting. And I went in there and did my thing and run out of there. I did have hand sanitizer in there though. That was nice. But I think the problem was, and I'm guilty of it, people weren't scooping enough sawdust on their stuff, you know, on their poop. I mean, you're racing, you know. If you don't want to have to take the time to poop for the first place. And second of all, you don't want to have to worry about covering it up like a cat. So if you ever enter a race, or you read about a race that you're going to enter, and it says we have composting toilets. You have been warned. Which I understand, some of these places are super remote. So they couldn't actually have porta potty company come up there and clean them.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Good, thank you.
Getting busy. Hello. Three miles. I could just stay up here all day. Yeah, I had a guy from Zion. Obviously he looked me up. He looked me up on Strava, and then he sent me a kudos. Now I wasn't following him, and I don't know how he. I guess he looked on my bib, my name, but I ran with a lot of people during that race, and after he sent me kudos and congratulations, at first I was like, who's this? So I looked him up on Strava and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I think, yeah, I remember him. I just thought it was really cool that he would kind of go out of his way to look me up and congratulate me. So I thought, yeah, that's a really great idea. So that's what I did. I went and found some people that I didn't know if I ran with them or not. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. And I didn't go for like the top people. I went to the bottom of the bucket, you know, to those who took a little longer than I did, and wanted to just congratulate them on Strava. Now there's some I tried to find that, you know, I don't know if they don't have Strava or something, but there's several, and I just thought that was a really great idea that he had. So shout out to Andrew in New Jersey. Such a great idea. Maybe I don't know if that's what he was doing, but if it is, I give him the credit. Now, me and him did finish really close together, so maybe that's what he does. He picks a few people that he finishes close to, and then gives them a kudos comment. But the cool thing is I end up commenting, returning the comment to him. The next thing you know, he ends up following me on Strava. So that was really nice. And of course, yeah, I returned the follow. And there was another guy in California that I sent kudos, and sent him kudos, and he turned around and followed me right off the bat. So I thought that was cool. So I followed him too. And I don't know what point do you stop following other people. I see like some people have just thousands of followers and they're following like 50 people or something. I gotta pee again. Oh my goodness, I gotta pee. And of course, there's somebody coming up the trail. Of course, I had to cut that short. Oh well. I hope I didn't expose anything. Hello.
Hi.
I almost said good job. Oh, she's doing a good job. I just, you know, it's like you say it so many times in a race, especially a 100-miler. If you're passing people, or if you're doing sections that are out and back or something like that, or and then, you know, as you pass people, it's like, good job, nice work. I guess that's appropriate on the trail. Hello.
Hello.
I'm like the only person that carries bear spray. Oh, goodness. A little too much perfume on, girls. This is the area right in here somewhere. This is where I've seen that bear. And he came down, and he was coming down this hill. And when I yelled at him, he just ran straight back up. It sounded like he was tearing trees down. Hey, sorry. I think I just scared him. Yeah, I scare people all the time. They've got a head in the clouds and earbuds in, music blasting. I normally don't run with AirPods or earbuds of any kind. I usually just put my phone with the speakers facing me, I guess facing upward, in my upper vest pocket, and just play the music out loud. Not only does that act as a bear deterrent, but it also lets other people know that I'm coming. That is, if they don't have their headphones on or spaced out, I guess. So anyway, that was a long drive from Zion, or we stayed in Hurricane. I hope I'm saying that right. Hurricane, Utah. The KOA, and I think it was called the St. George Hurricane KOA. It was a great place, really nice. Anyway, that was a long drive from there back up to Gresham, Oregon, which is right outside of Portland. And we stayed overnight in outside of Twin Falls, Idaho. I got a little bit of footage for that. I plan on making a video, which I guess it'll already be posted by the time this one's posted. I am glad to have that trip over. And it's tough to drive 1,000 miles to a race, pulling a 43-foot RV, fifth wheel camper behind our truck, and then racing 100 miles, and then taking, well, see, I finished up on Sunday. We left on Tuesday morning, and then drive 1,000 miles back. So kind of wore out, but not wore out enough to not do this. Pretty. If I could sit still long enough, I'd sit beside that creek and enjoy it for a little bit. I just can't sit still that long. Thank you. Hi, babies. Okay, if I go around.
Oh,
Thank you. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Thank you. I'll try not to trip again in front of her. You see, I scared her. Hello. So we came up that way earlier. Let's go this way. This downhill is just, my quads were already shot. This downhill is just really busting them up. It's good training. But right there's where we went up. Oh. There's enough people up here now. When I get down to the truck, I think I'm gonna drop the bear spray. I know it kind of goes against the reason I said I carried it earlier, but I might move it to my vest pocket. I might do that. I didn't drink as much as I thought I would going up, so I can empty one of my vest pockets, and I think I can move my phone to this upper vest pocket, and then put the bear spray right here maybe. I don't know, I might just leave the bear spray in the truck. I guess there's always risk involved in everything. Yeah, we're cutting it close on the battery. Any further or any longer would not have been able to do it on one battery. And I got like 16%. We're nearly at the truck now. Back at the parking lot. So I think we're good. So it makes me happy because that's what I wanted. I wanted one continuous video up there and back down. And I'm not going to edit this. At least that's my plan. I'm not going to edit, chop it or anything. I'm just going to put it up there, maybe put some subtitles if needed. Or not subtitles. You know what I mean? Is it subtitles? Captions? Yeah, I think it's captions. Whatever. Anyway, places where you can't understand me. I'll put the text on the screen. And then maybe some music or something. But I just thought it'd be nice to have a video continuously of the, just continuously of the whole trail. Might be good for treadmill workout. I do not own a treadmill. I did have one at one time, but I didn't use it. I want to be outside. I understand there's times you can't be outside, but I would just prefer to be outside. I guess if you live somewhere like maybe Phoenix, the only time you would have to run is, when it's 120 degrees outside. It's kind of like, yeah, no thank you. Or if you live somewhere where it's just insanely cold, yeah, no thank you. So that might be where treadmill comes into play, or be nice to have, I guess. But where I live in Oregon, the climate is very mild, moderate. Summers are not hot, winters are not cold. How's it going?
How you doing?
Good. So funny, people jack around these masks. It's like, it's by a buff. I think the buff is so much easier. I know it's not as protective against you breathing out or coughing out the virus, or any virus. But out here on the trails where we're already maintaining distancing, I think the buff is a good option. Alright, look both ways. See, there's people parking up there. This parking lot is full. Looks like it's full. Yeah, that's full. Not a spot. All right, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you get a chance, come up here to Angel's Rest and see what you can do.